Good morning, Middle 3. Today I want to talk about necessity and obligation. At first, I want to mention the role of must and mustn't. Must and mustn't, if you want to use must and mustn't, they should be followed by infinitive because must and mustn't are model verbs. If you want to use any model verb, they should be followed by infinitive. When I say drivers must follow traffic rules. Okay, when do we use must? Take care, we use must when to talk about things that are necessary. To talk about things that are necessary. What about the negative form of must? You're gonna use mustn't. I can say, I'll tell you a secret, but you mustn't tell anyone. You mustn't do that action. Here, when do we use mustn't? We use mustn't or must not to talk about things that are necessary to avoid. You have to avoid it. You mustn't do that action. When you want to talk about question, we know that we have two types of questions. What are they? The first one, yes or no. Question and WH question. If you want to use yes or no question, I can say must all park here. Yes, you must, or no, you mustn't. Yes, you must, or no, you mustn't. What about the second type of question, which is WH question? How can you form WH question? What are you going to say? I can say, what must you do when you go to a library? What must you do when you go to a library? If you want to use WH question, you're going to use question word. After that, must. After must, you're going to use the subject, verb in the base form, or verb infinitive. This is the first one, which is must or mustn't. Okay? I want to talk about second one, have to or has to. What's the difference between have to and has to? If you want to use have to with I, you, we, and they, but has to with he, she, and it. We use have to or has to when something is essential to do. You have no choice. Here, you have no choice. when I say I have to pass the driving test to get a license. Okay, if you want to get a license, you have to pass the driving tests. I can say he has to pay the bills on time. You have no choice here. What about the negative form of have to or has to? I can say don't have to or doesn't have to. Don't have to or doesn't have to. We use don't have to or doesn't have to when something is not essential to do. When I say Jack doesn't have to get up early at weekends. Or I can say Myla Mania don't have to attend they don't have to attend the meeting. Okay, when you want to talk about question, I have two types of questions. What are they? The first one, yes or no question. What about yes or no question? What are you going to say? You're going to use do or does plus subject plus have to plus imperative. I can say, does Jack have to get up early at weekends? Yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. Or if you want to use a complete answer, yes, he has to get up early at weekends, or no, he doesn't have to get up early at weekends. What about the second type of question, which is WH question? How can you form WH question by using have to or has to? Question word plus do or does plus subject plus have to plus infinitive. I can say, what do you have to do at home to help your parents? What about should and shouldn't? Should and shouldn't. Take care. Here I can say we use should or shouldn't for advice or to talk about things that are or are not a good idea to do. I can say you should talk to them. People shouldn't tell others this sort of information. I can say you should choose your friends carefully. You should choose your friends carefully. I can say you shouldn't say unkind things to people on social media. We are going to stop here. Thank you for your listening. We are going to continue this lesson next week. Goodbye.